calling it like, I was like, damn, they allow people like this on TV and Fox Sports? I was shocked. And a lot of the people that were reacting to their commentary were actually refreshed and pleased to hear people like this on TV discussing this issue, because they were calling it straight down the line. And I was like, wow, man, we got to share this information here with the audience because they got to hear what these gentlemen had to say. So what we want to do now is want to play a quick compilation of some of the things that they had to say on the Carton Show, and then want to come back and react to some of the commentary. Take a listen to this here.
Jaylen Brown is all of us. This is an unmitigated disaster.
There's Jaylen Brown.
Unmitigated disaster.
Yep.
We're past that dangerous line. You don't have to sell Lakers fans. At the end of the day, you don't owe much to the fans. You have to sell the other teammates. If I am on this Lakers Summer League team, I'm ticked off. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. This kid is getting on the floor. He is not an NBA player. He was never an NBA player heading into the draft. We knew that this was going to happen, that he was going to get taken by the Lakers, but the bar was set low. The bar was set low. We talked. David, you said heading into Summer League, he had to do one thing competently. Just make some three-pointers. Just be comfortable.
How's that going?
Well, it's kind of like failing a class. You know when you fail a class and you say...
Plex does.
Plex, have you ever had the teacher say to you, you know, it's kind of hard to fail my class. Like, you have to actively try to fail the class, or no?
We're just not sure.
Okay.
He made it look easy.
By the way, they were like, F is an A.
0 for 15.
Yeah.
I mean, it's harder to potentially. That's harder than going 2 for 15. To me, guys, this is just a mess. And I look at this whole situation, and it's sad because when he had his cardiac incident last summer, his camp should have automatically said, you know what? Let him have a year to just enjoy his life, a gap year. Sure. Instead, this is a disaster.
Yeah, and look, now you have guys, like my buddy Doug Gottlieb was coaching Whiskey Green Bay. So look, he couldn't start for me. He'd probably make the team, but he wouldn't start for me. You obviously, we all talk about Danny Hurley, at Connecticut. Couldn't play for Hurley's team. You said that a few weeks ago. And now that you're at where I think they're in a dangerous place is he's done what most of us thought he would do, and that's embarrass himself.
Right.
And I think you all of a sudden, for all the other guys that aren't getting the same opportunities and looks because their last name isn't James, they're going to resent the kid.
He's embarrassing the organization.
Yes.
Rob Pelinka and J.J. Redick, they stand before us and they give us these outlandish excuses of how or when he's going to be a good or competent NBA player, and it's never going to happen. So now they have to answer some questions. What's the justification for giving this man a fully guaranteed contract at the second round of the 55th pick?
Right.
You have to explain that to me.
Sure.
It's everybody else.
And here's why they're not going to, because there's a level of hubris with Rob Pelinka and clearly J.J. Redick, who's a douche knuckle all day long, where they think they know more basketball than everybody else. And basketball is an interesting sport where every diehard fan, us included, all feel like we know as much basketball as anybody on the planet, and we can have a PhD level conversation about basketball because we love it so much and we watch it so much. And like you always say, Plax, the tape don't lie.
It don't lie.
We know that he can't play. Look, we knew he couldn't play at this level, and now he's just confirming what we know. 100%.
I mean, it's unfathomable to think that we've gotten to this point. But you know why we've gotten to this point? Because LeBron James at one point put out there on social media that his kid was better than some of the guys in the NBA.
Here's the tweet right here.
Here's that tweet from March the 6th, 2023. Man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Lightweight hilarious. LeBron, what League Pass were you watching? International? I mean, Australian? New Zealand? What League Pass were you watching? You created this monster. LeBron James has had a legendary career. Nobody's going to take that away from him. People say that the decision was his worst hour. No, he's a father. You set your kid up for failure when you sent that tweet.
So you heard what they had to say. I'm sure as you guys were listening to it, you were like, there's no way that these people on TV speaking the way that they are about this issue. Folks, they are. They are. That was an FS1 show. They are. I couldn't believe it. using words like an unmitigated, that you would never hear anyone in all of those major shows talk. Even on the show, I don't know if this is a morning show, I don't know what time slot they're in. You will never hear somebody like this on Undisputed talk like that. You will never hear it. You will never hear anybody like this talk like this on Speak. You will never hear somebody like this talk on First Things First. You will never hear somebody talk like this on Get Up. You will never hear somebody talk like this on First Take. You won't hear anyone talk about this situation like this at all. They just will not. Do you know why I'm saying that? Because they have shown the inability to do so thus far. They've shown the inability. Usually the people that are having these views are independent guys, which should say a lot about the guys that we see on TV. Because it's like we're all looking at the same thing, but they're trying to tell us, no, what you're looking at is not really what you're looking at. You're looking at something else, right? You're looking at something else. Look, the fact of the matter is the following. Should Bronny be making as much news as he is as the 55th pick? No, he should not, because 55th picks generally don't make this amount of news. But Bronny is in a unique situation because he's the first son of a great player in LeBron James. So when you have the last name of a player like LeBron James, there are going to be some expectations. Forget about the people trying to tell you something else. It is